Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Revolution Sundays with yours truly, A.G. Green. Come on, pull up a chair, relax on your couch. However it is that makes you comfortable or puts you in a position where you are ready to. Still thankful and grateful. Sorry about that glitch. So thankful and grateful to have you with us today. Tag, share, text, take, share, and tag. Tag, share, and text, take, share, and tag. Get this position right. Got everything set up with the mic. Doing some stuff at the last minute. I'm glad to see you. Make sure you can see and hear me well. Let me know if you can see and hear me well. Grand rising to you, and you. Got resident therapists on today and other people are coming in. We're streaming on YouTube today, so you can share this link to anyone. You can't share this link. Text, share, and text is adjustable for the community at large, I should say, the world at large. And we are here. So glad, so excited, so delighted to be with you on today. Text, share, text, take, share, and tag. I believe that there is something special that God, the source, the sustainer, is going to say to all of us on today. In the meantime, as others are gathering, let's pray. Almighty, we're so thankful and grateful for this moment, this opportunity that you've granted us to assemble. Speak to us from within and without. Lead us and guide us. Challenge us and inspire us. We just thank you. We just bless you. The change is here. Miracles are now. Whatever it is we desire, the depths of our heart is coming to pass. And we bless you, we praise you as we remember the name, the power, the way, and the consciousness of Yeshua. It is so, and so it is. Thank you so much for being here again. Again, we want to encourage you today. You are watching Revolution Sundays with A.G. Green, and you can tag, share, text, invite people, let them know that we're on the air. Don't forget to visit us at theaggreen.com. That's theaggreen.com. And join our wonderful spiritual community. Patreon.com/AGGreen now. That's patreon.com/AGGreen now. And you can follow, like, and do all those wonderful things on social media. Again, so glad to see everybody coming in. Make sure you speak as you come in. Don't be shy. We're so excited and delighted to have you with us on this particular day. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter. Haven't done much on Pinterest and Twitter lately. And of course, YouTube, where you're watching me live right now. And again, feel free to share this link with whoever you want to share it with. Now let me know if you can see and hear me well. I know the lighting is not the best, but let me know if you can see and hear me well. Let me know if you can see and hear me well. Can you see and hear me well? Let me know if you can. Let me know if you can see and hear me well. Grand rising to everybody at whatever time of day it is. Yes, good to see you. Thank you. Beautiful spirits, beautiful people. You can see and hear me well. Thank you so much, Brenda. Appreciate that. I always like to remind you of what the text says in Philippians chapter 4. I can do all things through Christ, through Christos, who strengthens me. I want you to type in the comment section, I can. Come on, type it in the comment section. I can. Type it in the comment section. I can. There are many things that the human brain can be conditioned to resist. But I want you to know and I want you to understand that you are the co-creator of your life. And with Christ, the Christ mind, Christ power, the presence, where there's never an absence, you can and you will do all things. That's right, I can. I can. I can. I can endure. I can heal. I can heal. I can be made whole. I can manifest a better life. I can manifest a better way. I can manifest a better existence. I can have a closer walk with the creator, source, and sustainer of all things. I can experience joy and peace and happiness because I'm not by myself. I've got some support. I can. Ephesians chapter 3, verse 20 says, now to him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, and it is according to the power that worketh in us. I want you to type it in the comment section and speak it out loud. I am powerful. I am powerful. Yeshua says, greater works than these shalt thou do, because I'm going to the Father. Whatever you saw Yeshua do, he says, you ought to be able to do the same thing. I am powerful. That's right. You are a dynamic, powerful spiritual being who is one with the creator, source, and sustainer of all things. You are a reservoir of unlimited power. Type it in the comment section. I am powerful. Come on, type it in the comment section. I am powerful. What a wonderful thing it is to know that you know that you know that you know. And this is saying this with all humility. It's inherent. It's a part of your birthright. It's a part of who and what you are. Whether you recognize it or not, you are a powerful, dynamic, spiritual species. You may have been taught codependence on your creator, but you are still powerful. Own the power, live the power, let the power flow through you. When you pray, you're expressing power. When you're speaking, you're expressing power. When you are making day-to-day decisions, you are exercising and expressing power. That's right. I am powerful. I am not some powerless minion. I'm not some powerless, insignificant being. I am made in the image and likeness of the creator, source, and sustainer, and I am powerful. Oh, how beautiful it is to embrace the power, to know the power. It is praise and gratitude time. Praise and gratitude alert. I am thankful. Thankful for my relationship with God, the source, the creator of all things. And I am grateful for love and loyalty and faithfulness. I want you to type at least one thing in the comment section that you are thankful and grateful for on today. And then if you want to, you can belt out a hallelujah. You can belt out a thank you, source, a thank you, God, thank you, divine. You can express your praise, your gratitude, and your worship to the one and only creator of all. But I want you to type in the comment section. I've shared with you what I am thankful and grateful for, what I give praise for, and I want you to do the same thing as well right now. What are you thankful and what are you grateful for? Type it in the comment section. What are you thankful and grateful for? It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing to be thankful and to be grateful. We express our gratitude But I want you to understand that gratitude is a universal language recognized by a conscious universe. Let's see. Our resident mystic says, always keep thankful for always keeping an open mind and open to learn. Beautiful. Brenda says, grateful and thankful for a well mind. Awesomeness. What are you thankful and grateful for in today? What are you thankful and grateful for? And today, a resident therapist says, I am grateful for love, power, sound mind. Anybody else? What are you thankful and grateful for in today? What are you thankful and grateful for on today? Oh, yes. I know you got some stuff you're thankful and grateful for today. I know that you do. My love says grateful for life and able body. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Thank you all for sharing that during our praise and our gratitude alert on today. Now you know what time it is. You know what time it is. What are you eating and sipping? And how are you feeling? What are you eating and sipping? And how are you feeling? What are you eating and sipping and how are you feeling? I have me some coffee. Got my cafe coffee going right now. I must say it is quite delicious. With agave sweetener, of course. What are you eating and sipping? And how are you feeling? I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling empowered. Prayer, meditation, things like that this morning has enabled me to feel a sense of alignment. But you talk back to me. What are you eating and sipping and how are you feeling? What are you eating and sipping and how are you feeling? Needed this coffee in my life. Talk to me. What are you eating and sipping? How are you feeling? Let's see. Krista says, feeling well, getting my coffee going right now. Awesomeness, awesomeness. Our resident mystic says coffee and good old water. Feeling great. Anybody else? What are you eating and sipping? How are you feeling? Somebody takes a tag Hillary, tell her she needs to jump on here so we can live vicariously through her. We want to know what she's eating and sipping and how she's feeling. Let's see what Brenda says. Green tea and feeling great. That's healthy now. That is good and healthy, Brenda. Love it, love it, love it. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Thank y'all so much for sharing what you're eating and sipping and how you are feeling in the moment. I genuinely do care what's going on with you. Let's see, our resident therapist is drinking electrolytes. It's been a rough last couple of days, but I still have peace in my power. Thank you so much for sharing that and being transparent with us. We know that you're not going to always feel your best. This is a safe space and a safe community, and we are here to support everybody, no matter what state of mind or state of consciousness that they're in. And don't forget, of course, I'm not putting it up on the screen today. Visit divinespeciesshop.com. That's divinespeciesshop.com. You can find many spiritual aids, many spiritual products like Unshackling Your Mind, Discovering and Overcoming Limiting Beliefs is there. Blessed oil is there. We still bless oil. People's faith is what makes it work. And of course, we also have the 7-day manifestation prayer and activation pack that's there that you can pick up, and a host of other things. If you don't need anything on the site, share it with other people. They might find something there that blesses them. And of course, Divine Species Shop is also on Etsy as well. Thank y'all for checking in and tuning in today. I truly, truly am thankful and grateful to be with you. Thankful and grateful in more ways than one. All right, I'm going to actually do something different today in the midst of a series that we are still working on and working through. Let's see here. I'm going to, within the midst of this series, matter of fact, I want my assistance to, we've been looking at 2 Kings chapter 4, 34 through 35. Let's see, we actually want to look at verse 35 today. Verse 35 today. And our resident therapist, what I'm going to let him do is I'm going to let him put up the name of the series and the installment, but I'm actually going to put up today's title that is a part of the series. So he'll put up the series name, and then I'm going to put up a title that I'm going to be that is a part of the series related to verse 35 that I'll be discussing today and next Sunday as well. So I'm going to give him an opportunity to put that up on the screen today. And then I'm going to tell you more specifically what I am discussing today. Part 5, it is well and all is well. So this is part 5, it is well and all is well. So this is a part of the It is Well and All is Well series. All right. But I'm actually going to be focusing on this title for the next 2 weeks. And I want my assistants to put up 2 Kings, I believe that's 4 and 35, King James and NIV. Today I'm going to be discussing, this is part 1, the walk between the prayer and the promise, what to do while God or the source is working. The walk between the prayer and the promise, what to do while God or the source or the divine is working. I want to see those scriptures are going to come up in a minute. Matter of fact, I guess I could copy and paste. I'm looking at it in my sermon notes, my presentation notes here. And maybe we can get the NIV up. I can put I think this is King James. Yes, I'm working from here. So I put that up right there. Then he returned. This is Elisha, and walked in the house to and fro. And he stretched himself upon him, and the child sneezed 7 times, and the child opened his eyes. 2 Kings 4:35. 4:35. Let's see here if this is the same. Look like this is King James as well, so the NIV will come up in a minute. I been thinking about this more specifically the last 2 to 3 days in pace with some things that the divine has been talking to me about. And I just sense that there are others. I sense there are others who this is going to resonate with. NIV, Elijah turned away and walked back and forth in the room, and then got on the bed and stretched out on him once more. The boy sneezed 7 times and opened his eyes. I think that those who have ears and hearts to hear and receive will experience some wonderful empowerment. And I know that God, I know that the Creator, I know that the source is speaking to whoever this presentation is for. Let me do something with this mic. I don't like how it's moving. Okay. And I'm encouraging you to share this link with people. This is a message for, I think, that will resonate with many people on many different levels. I will admit this is not for everybody. I want you to type in the comment section, this message may not be for everybody. Type that in the comment section. This message may not be for everybody. Y'all excuse me, but I'm going to enjoy my coffee today. Type it in the comment section. This message may not be for everybody. And it's fine, but it's for somebody. It's for somebody who's watching me right now. Did you know that there is a space in life that many times we are not prepared for? Many times preachers don't prepare you. People around you don't prepare you. And we're not always in the mindset that we think we need to prepare for this. It's a space between receiving a promise and witnessing its fulfillment. It is a place where faith is tested. And it's not because the Creator has spoken too little or not at all, but it's because circumstances seem to say something that's totally different. Many people love the dramatic moments in Scripture. For example, folks love to celebrate the parting of the Red Sea. They love to celebrate David standing over Goliath. We love to celebrate Lazarus walking out of the tomb. Many others love to celebrate Pentecost. Others love to celebrate what they believe to be the resurrection in the text. But I want you to know that Scripture is just as interested in process as it is miracles. There are many places in the Bible, many chapters, where what I just said is on display. But for example, the book spends chapters describing Noah building an ark before the rain ever failed. That's process. It follows Joseph or Yosef through years of slavery and imprisonment before he reaches Pharaoh's palace. That's the process. David is anointed king in one chapter and then returns to tending sheep. This process. Abraham receives a promise at 75. At 75 years young, but does not hold Isaac until approximately 25 years later. That's process. God seems remarkably comfortable with process. The divine seems remarkably comfortable with process, but we aren't. We prefer instant answers, immediate breakthroughs, quick transformations. And don't get me wrong, I prefer that. I'm all in with that. And I teach you the possibility of that. But sometimes the focus is too intensely connected or too intensely obsessed with quick transformation. I believe that the source, the divine, what many call God, works in what I call the sacred interval. Type in the comment section those three words, the sacred interval. What is the sacred interval? It's the walk between prayer and the promise. I'm going to say it again. It's the walk between prayer and the promise. You see, the sacred interval is where identity is refined, perception is transformed, character is strengthened, and consciousness becomes aligned with calling. I want people to again recognize when we talk to you or when I talk or discuss with you about accessing and a more advanced version of yourself, or when I talk to you about becoming something, an identity first, I want you to recognize that the identity of the one you've seen in your visions, or the one that may have visited you in your thoughts and your dreams and your vision, family, already has the character of that particular identity that is you. You don't want let me paraphrase. You don't want to skip the character development, but at the same time, you've got to understand that even if you can assume a higher version or better version of you, you're assuming a strengthened character and a consciousness that's already aligned with calling. The miracle in 2 Kings chapter 2 and 4 does not simply teach us how the divine raises what appears dead. It teaches us how to live faithfully while God is still working. I feel something here. How are you living while the source, while God is still working? If we really, really want to appreciate this passage, let's enter the world of the text. And I'm going to give you some background that I gave you 2 to 3 weeks ago, just to bring some of you up to speed who have not been watching this series unfolding over the course of several weeks. The event or the events occurred during the ministry of the prophet Elijah in the 9th century BC, during the reign of the northern kings of Israel. The northern kingdom has largely abandoned, according to theological history or biblical history, covenant faithfulness. Idolatry flourished. Political instability was incredibly common. The worship of Baal competed with devotion to Israel's God. Yet in the seasons of spiritual darkness, their God consistently raises prophetic voices. Elijah, the predecessor and the mentor and the spiritual father of Elijah, challenged the nation. Elisha shepherded it. Here's the contrast. Unlike Elijah, whose ministry was characterized by confrontation, Elisha's ministry often centered upon restoration. You've studied any of the biblical text, and more specifically the life of Elijah, and you can see he was rugged and seemed to be unpolished. Again, powerful and confrontational, totally opposite of Elisha. Elisha's ministry centered on restoration. His miracles, for example, healed poisoned water, multiplied oil, fed hungry people, cleansed leprosy, restored lost tools, raised the dead. Jewish tradition often describes Elijah as the prophet through whom God's compassion became tangible. So his ministry reminds us that divine power is not merely demonstrated through judgment, it is also demonstrated through restoration. I want you to type in the comment section right now, this is my moment for restoration. Type that in the comment section. This is my moment for restoration. This is not just a declaration, it is a prophetic declaration. It is a prophetic word. It is a word that you are speaking that's summoning the infinite power that you possess, the infinite God that lives in you, is going to bring this forth in your life. This is your moment of restoration. I don't know what's lost. I don't know what left you. I don't know what died in your presence. I don't know what has tried to kill you or destroy you. But this is your moment. It's your moment of restoration. So this unnamed Shunammite woman has already, again, become one of the scripture's remarkable examples of discernment. I talked about this 3 or 4 weeks ago. She recognized holiness before anyone introduced it. When we say holiness, we mean the prophet who was set aside, the prophet who was unique, the prophet who was gifted and powerful, the prophet who seemingly was endowed with a greater power. She recognized the prophet as he was passing by where she lived. From a distance, she saw him and then invited him and Gehazi in to refresh themselves. It was her discernment, hear me, of who and what this man was. And let me say this, in business, the most successful people in business, from Jeff Bezos, who was responsible for Amazon, to Elon Musk, who is temporarily was the first world's trillionaire, or at least in this modern times. Mansa Musa may have been a trillionaire back in Mali thousands of years ago, but in modern times, these people, Bill Gates, these folk have keen discernment. She discerned that there was something great about this man. I want you to understand that having a lack of discernment can cause you to miss your moment. Having a lack of cultivated discernment can cause you to miss out on the greatest, best things that's ever happened or could happen to you in your life. She had discernment. Never underestimate the power of discernment. Discernment sees diamonds in the rough. Discernment sees blessings in disguise. Discernment, sees a concealed doorway, a hidden doorway. The prophet was a doorway to a miracle for her. Miracles, plural, for her. And she saw not the miracle she saw, not the doorway, but she saw there's something great about this man who keeps walking past my house. And let me say this to you. Blessings, I'm paraphrasing, it comes in all shapes and sizes. Greatness comes in different packages. I think the problem with our modern day generation is, or our modern day way of thinking is, we expect blessings to look a certain way. We expect our miracles to be all shiny and look wonderful and be dressed well and speak well and smell good. I know I just said a word. This is the kind of stuff we expect, but we don't understand Even the process of, yeah, you heard about it, but you don't really appreciate the process of refining gold. You don't appreciate the process of refining a diamond. You don't really appreciate that because in its original state, it's black. It's covered with dross. It is unseemly. It is uncomely. It is unattractive. Did you hear what I said? Sometimes the greatest thing that's ever happened to in your life, or that will bring about the greatest things in your life, is right in front of you, and you don't have the discernment for whatever reason to see it or to notice it. She recognized there was something powerful and holy about this man. Talked to her husband, built a room before she received the blessing. She made space, and we talked about making space in consciousness, the metaphysical perspective of making space in your heart and making space in your mind. She made space before she experienced increase. Listen, she didn't have a motive other than to be a blessing. Hear what I'm saying today. One of the reasons why I have problems with modern day systems of giving. Don't get me wrong. There's a law of reciprocity. You give and you receive. But you should stop giving just to receive. You should give because you love to give. You should give because you want to support. You should give because you want to be a blessing. This woman wasn't saying, I'm going to sow a seed so I can reap a child. I'm going to sow a seed to this man so that I can get blessings. No, she said, I see something great, something holy, something sacred, something that God has his hand on this man. I just want to bless him. Blessed are the pure in heart. The pure in heart see God. The pure in heart really experience connection with the Creator. Stop giving just to receive. Give because from your heart it's right to do. Give because you want to love or show love or demonstrate love. Give because you want to help or to support. And giving with that attitude is a setup for something greater. She made space before she experienced the increase. Then the impossible happened. The barren woman conceived. Did you hear what I said? The barren woman conceived. I want you to understand something right now. I feel this so deeply. Your discernment that's connected to the right people at the right time can lead to your pregnancy, can lead to your conception. Watch this. Can lead you and I out of barrenness into abundance. That abundance doesn't just mean money. Some of us need an abundance of healing in our hearts. We need abundance of clarity because there's a lot of confusion. We need an abundance of self-confidence and self-love and self-esteem because we are bereft and devoid of it. Discerning the right man or the right woman, the right messenger, the right person, the right husband, the right wife, the right teacher, the right leader, the right voice can be the difference between you staying in your state of struggle or coming out into a wealthy place. And when I say a wealthy place, again, I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about fulfillment, spirit, soul, and body. The barren woman conceived. Years went by. And then that promise that manifested began to mature, meaning that the child grew. Many scholars, as I say, estimate this child, this boy was between 4 and 5 years old enough to be with the harvesters in the field and to communicate clearly with his father, and yet young enough to be carried back to his mother when he became ill. And then tragedy struck. I want you to type in the comment section, and then tragedy struck. Type that in the comment section. I feel God here. I feel something. We ought to have hundreds of folk on here. I feel something. This is going to liberate some people. This is going to open up some people. This is going to connect somebody with channels and portals that are already in their lives that they've been too blind to discern and too blind to see. And then tragedy struck. I want you to type that in the comment section. Because tragedy, family, tragedy is like an antagonist. Tragedy is a character in this story. Death, family, dismay, what I call pop-ups, circumstances and situations that are the antithesis of peace, the antithesis of our faith, the antithesis of what we believe. They pop up, family. It will pop up. It's going to happen. And then tragedy struck. The young boy is complaining about his head, and by noon, that promise, son, that promise was dead. But in that moment, as I shared with you recently, seeing the child dead, she was not prepared to bury the child. She did not tell them, let's prepare to mourn and let's have a funeral. Instead, what she did was she laid the child in the prophet's chamber. She took the child to the place where the promise was initiated for her. She took the child to the place where that powerful, divine, spiritual man of God that she discerned, who released this in her life, who stimulated her faith enough to connect with his faith and his power to cause her to conceive. She put the child where the promise began. She put the child back in the place where the prophet laid his head. The place where the promise had begun became the place where she returned the problem. I'm going to say it again. The place where the promise had begun became the place where she returned the problem. Hear me, family. When something or someone is responsible for positive shifts in your life, don't go to other people when things go awry. Go to that person. Go to that source. The answer still lies there. Listen to this. Faith does not deny reality. Faith refuses to surrender to reality. Surrender reality to its first appearance. I'm going to say that again. Faith refuses to surrender reality to its first appearance. Oh my goodness, I feel this. Let me put this up here. Let me put this up here on the screen. Faith refuses to surrender reality to its first appearance. You're shopping. You're shopping for something and you get a no. Faith don't care about no's. Faith is not getting ready to stop the search because of no. Faith is not getting ready to stop living in the end, because of a no. Because faith doesn't surrender to appearances. Is anybody receiving this? Talk back to me real quickly. Is this resonating in you? Faith refuses to surrender reality to its first appearance. Now, it seems like everything is moving in rapidity before we get to this point. Now, the text appears to slow down. When Elisha finally arrives, the narrative changes. And remember, she got that servant together, got that horse and buggy, and fled or took off to see the prophet. And remember, finally met the prophet, sent Gehazi, the staff didn't work. So now it requires presence. It doesn't require a symbol, it requires presence. I want you to catch what I'm saying today. Presence always supersedes symbols. There's a lot of symbols out there that are not replacements for the presence. And I don't want to get into making some of you all mad with your religious colloquialisms and your religious symbolisms and the things you use. That's not what the real power is. The real power is in the presence of the being, the presence of the person, the presence of the spirit of the person. And in this case, it is Elijah the prophet. His staff may have worked, and I shared with you what the staff symbolized, and I shared with you the potential of how the staff was used before in ministry and used before by other prophets and what it symbolized in ancient Jewish custom. But there requires a presence. A presence is required. Every movement becomes deliberate, family, after Elisha arrives. The writer appears to slow down and give us detail by detail as to what happens next. He could have written, Elijah prayed and God restored the child, but that's not what we see in this text. Instead, the scripture is looking at every moment. We talked about mouth upon mouth last week. We talked about eyes upon eyes, what that meant. We talked about hands upon hands, what that meant. We talked about the flesh becoming warm. But now we're at the part where we discuss the prophet walked to and fro. He returned. He stretched himself again upon the child. Then we see in the text 7 sneezes. Then we see the child opens his eyes. Let's look again at the flesh of the child became warm. Again, I kind of finished off with this last week. Notice the flesh of the child becomes warm, but there is no immediate rise of the child. There is no life officially returned to the child. There is no consciousness of the child. There's no animation of the child. There is only warmth. He did not speak. His eyes did not open at that particular point. The first thing that happened that was a sign that something is happening was heat, was the child's body warming up, moving from a depth state of cold to something that is warm. I want you to hear me. I want you to hear me. Life began invisibly before it became visibly complete. Hear me. Life also begins inside the reproductive organs of the male or female before they join in union to form a zygote, sealed beneath layers of flesh invisible to the naked eye. That pattern, family, appears throughout creation. For example, a seed germinates underground before anyone sees green leaves. A baby develops for months before birth inside the womb of the mother, concealed in darkness. Bones began healing long before strength returns. Neural pathways reorganize before new habits become natural. Visible transformation is often preceded by invisible activity. I want you to catch this. Modern day biology confirms this pattern repeatedly. Healing, watch this, occurs through stages. There's inflammation, repair, remodeling, regeneration. So then the body works long before observers recognize results. And I say this to you, perhaps, God often works similarly within the soul. Sometimes your relationships are warming before they are restored. Sometimes your purpose is warming before it becomes public. Sometimes your confidence is warming before anyone notices. Sometimes your future has already begun changing while your circumstances still appear unchanged. Do not mistake invisible progress for divine absence. Ooh, my goodness, I feel this. Who is the source talking to? Who is the creator talking to? Who is the divine talking to? Who is God talking to here today? I'm going to say it again. Do not mistake invisible progress for divine absence. There are many times this is where we miss it. There are many times this is where we get off the train. There are many times this is where people throw their hands up and quit. Because they said, I've been trying, I've been applying, I've been doing, I've been praying, I've been meditating, I've been envisioning, I've been using my faith, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, but I still don't see nothing. And then we start in our own minds interpreting this as, well, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe this thing doesn't work. Maybe this principle doesn't work. maybe God is not actually working with me. Maybe the source doesn't want me to be this or have this or possess this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Do not mistake invisible progress for divine absence. Hear me. I'm going to say this to you. I'm going to say this to you. And we see this in this text. We see this in this text. It's possible for something to fall apart and it still not be over for you. It's possible for something to die, but it's not permanently dead. It's possible for you to lose everything you have, but still be on the road to the greatest success of your life. It is possible for you to have experienced the deepest emotional pain you've ever felt in this lifetime on the path to receiving or experiencing, the greatest highs, the greatest ecstasy that you've ever known. Oh my goodness. Do not mistake invisible progress for divine absence. Just like the baby is forming in the womb and can only be seen by maybe that MRI or that CAT scan or whatever scans they perform. I want you to know, just as that seed is germinating in the ground and taking on the characteristics of its genetics below ground, is a sign that things do happen in the dark and things do happen beyond the scope of prying eyes. And yet the text simply says, then he returned and walked in the house to and fro. Why? Why? Why is he not walking outside? Why is he walking at all? We don't have an explicit answer from the text. And, you know, I try and stay as close to the text as possible. Yes, people take creative license and people say, well, this is revelatory and all this stuff is not revelation. It's personal conjuring. It's attaching symbols and meanings and stuff. Many times it's not there. I want to resist the urge to do that, but I want to acknowledge this. The movement itself is meaningful. There may be silence in the text as to why he's going to and fro, but yet the movement is meaningful. Number one, he did not leave. Number two, he did not abandon the room. Number three, he remained engaged. Number four, he stayed in the atmosphere of expectancy. And number five, he continued participating in what God was doing. Oh my goodness. Did you catch that? He did not leave. Stop being so flighty. He did not abandon the room. He didn't exit it. He stayed engaged. He stayed focused on the assignment. He stayed in the atmosphere he created of an expectancy of life, of restoration, of healing, of miracles. And he continued to participate in what the source was doing. I want you to hear me real clearly. This is one of the greatest lessons of mature faith you'll ever see in the text. What I just described. Faith doesn't leave. Faith will not abandon the situation. Faith remains engaged. Faith stays in an atmosphere of expectancy that it's done. And faith continues to participate in the divine's activities. You see, faith is rarely passive. Faith builds, faith prepares, faith serves, faith continues showing up, faith keeps moving. The prophet did not confuse delay with denial. Is there anybody watching me now who's confused delay with denial? I want you to type in the comment section. The prophet did not confuse delay with denial. Type that in the comment section. The prophet did not confuse delay with denial. Oh my goodness. He did not confuse delay with denial. Come on, type that in the comment section. The prophet did not confuse delay with denial. Too many times our impatience causes us to interpret situations as delays as denial. A delay, what we interpret as a delay, does not mean denial. Because it did not happen instantaneously in your physical world does not mean it's denied. Because it has taken a week for you to see it materialize, or a month for you to see it materialize, or 3 months for you to see it materialize, does not mean there is a denial. Come on, clap your hands where you are, hear what I'm saying, and receive this. Here's a rhythm to his faith. Here's a rhythm to the faith. There is prayer. There's prayer / meditation. He goes in, eyes to eyes, mouth to mouth, all those things we discussed, hand to hand, stretched out over the child. Then he gets up and starts moving throughout the room and moving throughout the house. He doesn't leave the house. He stays within the house. And then he prays again. And then after he prays again, he has persistence. That's one of the most powerful words in this community. The C word and the P word. The C word is consistency over here. And also persistence. We talk about that a lot here. He continues to be persistent. Have you noticed this rhythm throughout scripture? This rhythm of prayer or meditation, movement, praying again, and then persistence. We see in Genesis, Noah prayed, but he continued building. We see that Joshua prayed, but he continued marching. We see that Nehemiah prayed, and he continued rebuilding the walls of the city. We notice that Yeshua prayed in Gethsemane and then continued toward Jerusalem. Catch this. Prayer and participation, family, belong together. One without the other becomes incomplete. This is why James said in James 2:17, faith by itself, this is another translation, faith by itself, if it has no works, is dead. Is dead. He's not opposing faith in the text. He's opposing inactive faith. Faith expresses itself through faithful participation. Look at what modern neuroscience provides in terms of insights to echo this biblical rhythm. Repeated actions strengthen neural pathways through a process known as neuroplasticity. We quoted from Donna Webb before. We're going to quote it again. Neurons that fire together, wire together. It's a simplification of Hebbian learning. It captures an important idea. Repeated thoughts and actions reinforce neural connections. In other words, who we repeatedly become matters more than what we occasionally attempt. So then prayer alone cannot replace discipline practice, nor should discipline practice replace prayer. Transformation often occurs through both divine grace and faithful participation. Are y'all catching what I'm saying today? Hear me. In the integrated self framework, identity shapes belief. Belief influences perception. Perception guides action. Repeated action gradually reshapes both brain and character. Perhaps Elijah's walk reminds us that spiritual maturity is rarely formed in isolated moments of inspiration. It is formed through repeated actions of faithful alignment. I want you to type that in the comment section, these words, repeated acts of faithful alignment. Type that in the comment section. Repeated acts of faithful alignment. Hey, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. I'm almost done here. I'm almost done here. I'm about to close here. This is part one. I'm about to close here. I want you to hear what I'm saying today. I want you to hear what I'm saying today. Faithful acts of alignment. Spiritual maturity is rarely formed in isolated moments of inspiration. It is formed through repeated acts of faithful alignment. I got to ask you right now, what are you doing repeatedly on a day-to-day basis that aligns you with faith? What actions are you taking that faithfully align you to the identity of the healed, of the whole, of the abundant, of the one who's close to God, of the one who believes they're carrying out the will and the purpose and the plan of God for their life? Hear me. What are you doing repeatedly to keep yourself strong inwardly? What are you doing repeatedly to remain focused? What are you doing repeatedly to continue to align with your divine assignment? What are you doing repeatedly to empower yourself to evolve, transform, and ascend? What are you doing repeatedly to maintain inner alignment with yourself as spirit and with God and with the creator and with the source? What are you doing repeatedly and faithfully to align yourself with the outcome you believe and that you know is for you? Check this out. Check this out. The child was warm, but not yet awake. Catch this, family. Catch this. But the prophet kept walking. And you say to me, teacher, you say to me, AG, whatever titles, still in the traditional sense, that I have an apostolic consecration. Some of y'all are still coming in, but you say, well, I took the advice, but no business. The prophet kept walking. I want you to hear me. I've gone back and forth to the doctor. Nothing seemed to have changed as far as the doctor's reports are concerned. You keep walking. You keep walking. I've been trying this for 10 years. I've been trying this for 5 years. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you don't need to shift to something else. But for example, if you are assigned to work in a particular space, for example, say you're in the medical field and you've been a CNA, but that's not working for you, but you know you're supposed to be in the medical field. Well, there are all kinds of spaces and places you could go. You don't just have to be a CNA, an RNA, and all that. You could be an administrator in the space. You could be a doctor in the space. So back to administration, you could be working insurance in the space. Hear what I'm saying today. Hear what I'm saying. You keep walking. You keep walking. Okay, well, nope, that's not it. I got to keep walking. Nope, it's just warm now. It's a little better, but it's warm. Hear what I'm saying today. Hear what I'm saying today. Warm is not the manifestation of the miracle. That's another thing. Don't stop because it's warm. He knew not to stop because it's warm. The goal is to return of life. The goal is restoration. The goal is the child to come back into the dimension of this world as a living being. Hey, and until he got the results he wanted, he kept on walking to and fro. He kept walking, not because God failed, but because the divine had not yet finished. God had not yet finished. I want you to catch that. I want you to catch that. In our faith, it's finished. In the activity we're looking for, it's unfinished. So his inward state knew that it was done, but he's looking at the exterior. He's looking at the condition of the child and realizing it's not where it's supposed to be yet. So I keep walking and praying. Hear me. I keep walking and believing. I keep walking and declaring. I keep walking and affirming. Hear me. I stay focused in the moment. I don't get distracted by social media. Y'all didn't catch that. I don't get distracted by drama from other people. I don't get distracted by miscellaneous situations. I stay focused in the moment. There are too many distracted people who can't stay focused. The prophet didn't go and have conversations with Gehazi. We don't see it in the text. We don't see the prophet talking to the Shunammite woman or her husband. No, we see the prophet engaged in full effect until the assignment is complete. And until the assignment is complete, I walk and I pray and I meditate. I walk and I pray in expectation. I walk and I pray anticipating the manifestation of restoration. And perhaps this is where many of us find ourselves today. Your dream, family, is not dead. Your calling is not forgotten. Your prayer has not been ignored. You simply find yourself between prayer and the promise. Hear this, family. And that sacred walk that you're taking right now may be the very place where God, where the source, where the divine is preparing you. Check this out. Check this out. Not merely to receive the miracle. See, this is the point I want to hang my hat on today, and I'm going to be done. We think many times that we're just being prepared for the miracle. I want you to catch this. We think we're just being prepared for the things we are looking to manifest, or desire to manifest, the prayers we desire to see answered. No, it's not just that. This could be the very place where God is preparing you, not merely, family, to receive the miracle, but to become the person who can faithfully carry it. The question is not if there's enough money that could come from somewhere to pay off all your bills. The question is, can you sustain it after your bill? Can you not go back into deep debt? The question is not if there's enough money that can flow through your household. The question is, after the money comes, then how do you live after that? The question is, family, not if your body can be supernaturally healed. The question is, now, can you choose to eat better? Can you choose to move your body from time to time through exercise to maintain your health? The question is, can you sustain and carry the miracle? Hear me. There are many times there is a delay because we are being prepared not just for the bang, but to be able to carry the boom and the bang for the rest of our lives. Hear me. I don't want to just eat a miracle for a day. I want to turn that miracle into a lifetime of eating, a lifetime of thriving, a lifetime of sustainability. Am I making any sense to anybody? And if you're watching me right now, and you are the prophet, you are in the role of the prophet, meaning that you are the person who has been walking to and fro, walking and talking and praying. Some of y'all walking, talking, and praying over money. Do I have any witnesses here? You're walking and talking and praying at midnight because the zeros, not enough zeros in that checking account. You're walking and talking and praying over your careers. It just seems to be lifeless and dead. You're walking and talking and praying over your own inner problems, the dysfunctions you're dealing with, the trauma that's working you day and night. And you're walking and talking while you're looking at yourself laying on the bed of psychological affliction. Hear what I'm saying today. Some of you all right now are walking to and fro, praying on behalf of the present of your children and the future of your children. Some of y'all got grown kids that's out of pocket, or grown children that's not what they used to be. Some of you are walking to and fro. Hear me, thinking about how you will finish this life weak or strong, thinking more weakness than finishing it in strength. If you're walking to and fro, I want you to know that you are in good company. But I also want to leave this with you today for your consideration. Recognize when it's heating up. Acknowledge when something has improved. Be thankful when something has gotten better. And see it as a sign of greater. Let me say this to you. Let me say this to you because I've been one of these people. I love when stuff happens where I can do it quickly. When I was pastoring the church, we bought that $1 million facility in Missouri. I believed in phases and stages, but I love finished products. So, and we did set up in phases and stages, but I wanted to get stuff done as quickly as I possibly could. And let me help you with that. That's good, but then there are other times things must develop in you and things should be allowed to develop in other situations. And when that happens, we stand 10 toes down in faith. We stand 10 toes down in the identity of the one who can carry it to the end. Carry it to the end. There is no shame if you have prayed and it's just warm. There is no shame if you know you have done what you're supposed to do internally, operating in concert and in partnership with God, operating in concert and partnership with the laws, the spiritual laws of this universe, and it's still just warm. Be encouraged to know, family, that what you do in the to and fro, what you do in the paces that you take, what you do in the activities, what you do in terms of occupying your time, what you do in terms of strategy is going to determine what you are doing while God is working. Catch that. This walk is a necessary walk. Don't get bitter in this walk. Don't get cynical in this walk. Don't lose your grip in this walk. Don't become discouraged in this walk. Don't throw your hands up and run away while you're taking this walk. But understand and know within your heart of hearts that this is a walk that's leading to bigger, better, and greater results. Just know that while you're taking this walk, I pull from Paul, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither has it entered into the heart of man the things which God has prepared for those who love. Just allow yourself, like Elisha did, to know that while I'm walking and praying, the child must be restored. While I'm walking and praying, the God in me and the God that's a part of me has already prepared a resurrection, has already prepared my restoration, has already prepared the outcome I desire. But the key is to not allow the temperament and the philosophy of the modern day world to set in to the point where y'all watching folk on social media not realizing that half of these folk don't have what they got. You want what they got. No, you ought to want what you have. You ought to want to become who you are. You ought to want your divinity, your image. Watch this. You as a spiritual being who's in alignment with God to fulfill the purpose and assignment that's for you. So while you're walking, keep praying. While you're walking, keep seeing the end. While you're walking, keep affirming. While you're walking, keep meditating. While you're walking, keep believing. While you're walking, keep expressing patience. While you are walking, know that you know that you know that it must work together for your good. You got a business. Keep walking until the business wakes up. You got a dream, keep walking until it moves from a dream state unto that which is tangible and corporeal. Hear what I'm saying today. You're on a weight loss journey. You keep walking until you wake up as thin as you've ever been in your life. My goodness. Desire transportation, and you're walking and hitching rides. You keep walking until your vehicle is sitting out in front of your house with those temp tags on it. That's yours. Hear what I'm saying today. Money seems to be moving and circulating slowly. You keep walking and praying until there's an avalanche of money, an avalanche of resources that's overflowing in your life. The to and fro is not denial. The to and fro is simply a delayed moment of gratification. And I encourage you right now to say within yourself, to know within yourself that while you are taking this walk, what the Shunammite woman said to her husband, what the Shunammite woman said to the prophet, watch this, and what the prophet is carrying in his spirit as a vessel, while he's walking to and fro, he still knows that all is well. He still knows that it is well. And all is well. It's not a slogan. It's not a beautiful phrase. It's not just a cliche. It is a reality. It is a living, vibrant spirit. It is consequences. It is actions. It is faith in motion. It is God at work. It is well. And all is well. Almighty, I thank you right now for those who are watching and viewing who needed this word, beginning with me and others. Help us to understand that even in the midst of the to and the fro, we're on our way to a better place. And we're on our way to witness the manifestation of what we have desired and what we have prayed. And I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful for love, hope, faith, and patience working together within us as allies to bring us to the fullness of the manifestation of the promise. And I thank you and I praise you as I remember Yeshua, his name, his power, his consciousness, his way. It is so. So it is. Talk to me, family. Talk to me. Talk to me. Let me know if you can still hear and see me well. How you feeling? How are you feeling in the moment? How are you feeling in the moment? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Has this message resonated with you? And your thoughts? That's right. You can type it in the comment section. It is well. And all is well. I started to do some teaching on the opposite of that, because if you don't have a mindset of it is well, family, then you are thinking that it is not well. If you're thinking that it is not well, you're going to project and co-create more of situations and circumstances to tell you it is not well. Your mindset, your faith, This woman called it from the beginning. This woman walked it out from the beginning before she ever handed it over to the prophet. She declared what the outcome of the whole situation would be, and that is, it is well, meaning my son is going to return. My dream, my promise is not going to stay dead. There is a force out there that's powerful enough to bring it back to me. Oh my God, I felt that. My shanana. Mm, 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 satataba, ishki. Mm, mm. Yes, 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 yes. Some of you would rather be flying than walking. It's all right. Walking to and fro. It's how we use that time. It's how we listen, you feel good now, but when you get off this broadcast, you got to walk it out like the prophet. You got to walk it out like the prophet. And you got to walk it out with the right mindset. Hear me. Nobody else is going to do this for you. Was there anybody else in the room doing it for the prophet? The prophet gets the results we're going to talk about in part 2 because he walked it out. You know, there's nobody else walking it out with him. There's nobody else walking it out from within his mind. He is walking it out. His faith, family, his faith, his mindset, his paradigm, his core beliefs. That's the software. That's the algorithm he's operating from. I don't leave the room until it's done. I don't leave the house until it's done. I'm going to keep walking this thing out. I'm going to keep returning to the scene of the situation, and then I'm going to walk some more. And I'm going to continue to see my results gradually improve. Hear me. There's instantaneously, and then there's gradually. There's spontaneously, and then there's gradually. There's suddenly, and I love the suddenly moments, but then there are graduallys that lead to suddenlies. Wherever you find yourself, family, when you find yourself in a situation of a gradually, walk it out. Keep walking. Keep praying. Keep believing. Keep declaring. Keep decreeing. Keep embodying. And keep knowing, like the prophet did, that this situation is done. This situation has concluded. I am victorious. I am that I am. My goodness. Know that you 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 know. And keep on engaging in whatever kind of spiritual warfare activities that are necessary, the warfare within yourself to win the victory of life. You got to know. Thank you so much for your feedback. You can give as you see it presented at the bottom of the screen. And I'm thanking the Creator, Source, and Sustainer for your harvest of good things as you in love give to me in this platform. All right. Thank you again. I'm going to release you with the shalom blessing. And I will see you Wednesday night. Last night, I just forgot. I'm in the to and fro like everybody. This message hits home for me because I'm in the to and fro as you are in the to and fro. And just know and recognize that the to and the fro leads to something more dynamic, something more powerful, something more expressive, and last but not least, something that can change your life forever. Shalom, shalom, peace, wholeness, and prosperity. Nothing missing and nothing broken. It is so, and so it is. Ashe, Ashe. Thank you for being a part of this journey of awakening and transformation. Support the light through Revolution Inc. by liking, sharing, and giving. Cash App $AG Green and $AG Green Enterprises. You can also give by Zelle. Anthony G. Green at hotmail.com is what you use. And Chime $Anthony/Green/336. If you haven't joined as a member of Patreon, now is a good time. We're a spiritual community that's evolving, transforming, and ascending. If you like what you have seen and heard, connect with us. It's time to vibe with your tribe. Also take time to visit theaggreen.com for the latest developments and just explore divinespeciesshop.com for spiritual tools to elevate your life. Your love and support helps keep this mission alive.